playing then, and obviously it's a really exciting day for myself and hopefully about 80 other kids that are hopefully going to fulfil their dreams. So it's a really exciting time. The club's been really good in transiting me into a training program at the moment. So I'm just getting used to the rigours of pre-season and really enjoying it so far. And the playing group's looked after me so well. And being a part of the Essendon Football Club is a really exciting prospect for me. And working with about 40 other players and a great coaching staff, it's a really exciting opportunity for me. And it's going to be huge for my development as a person, and more importantly, I'm just looking forward to getting stuck into the real season. And I couldn't be happier to be at Essendon Football Club.
It's a great day, and it's been coming for a few years, so it's eventually got here, and we've come up with a lot of excited boys and parents. So it's going to be really exciting. The father-son rule, it really is a wonderful tradition in the AFL, and so to have the Daniher name out there and Joe wearing the Bomber jumper is just fantastic. And I know his grandparents and all his uncles, we're all really proud and really happy, and that Joe's got a chance to continue on the legacy.
For me, draft day was a really exciting time. Obviously, I knew where my future was heading, and in regards to coming to the Essendon Football Club, but for a lot of my friends and that sort of thing, it's just good to share their nerves. And obviously I'd known for quite a while that it was coming, but to actually hear your name read out at Big Ten and to shake hands with James on stage was a really big moment for me, and to have my mum and dad up there as well was quite special.
Selection 10, Essendon.
Player 213870, Joe Daniher, Calder Cannons and Aberfeldy Football Club.
Fantastic to finally get Joe on board. It's been a long process, but he's already at the club and he's training. It feels like he's been here for 2 years on the list, but we think he'll develop into a midfielder. He's got a massive engine, he's got a magnificent work rate. He's got the constitution of a Dyson Heppel. Officially on tonight, couldn't be happier, and he's going to be around for a long time to come.
Joey had the choice to either go to Essendon father-son or Sydney Swans father-son, and once he made that decision, we had about 18 months leading up to the national draft to get him ready. So myself and Justin Crowe were in charge of his program. We liaised with Calder Cannons, and he's basically a year advanced in some ways than the other first-year guys. He's improving every week, and he's got some AFL games and AFL experience now, which has been hugely beneficial to his development.
Skippy is an amazing coach, and I had the great chance to work with him for 2 years prior to being on the Essendon list, and to see him come from a development role into a VFL coach is, it's really been good for me to see how much he's improved and how much he is improving, and I couldn't speak highly of Hayden and how much he helps every guy. He's a very personable sort of guy, and I love working with him and have so much respect for him.
I see him as being a very good AFL player. He's dominated some games as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid in the VFL, which is almost unheard of, to be 201 centimetres and tearing games apart. I know he's a handful for opposition coaches. I speak to him after the game. They always put a lot of time into him when he plays VFL. So to have that at such a young age is a credit to himself and his performances this year.
The four brothers again ran on together for Essendon, the first time that four brothers had represented a side in senior AFL football.
I'm lucky enough to have my three uncles and my father play for the football club a while ago, and they used to trot around on Windy Hill quite some time ago, and to see the premiership success that Terry had and Chris in '93 is something that I really aspire to have one day and be a part of. So that's the reason I'm playing footy, just to have the same success that my uncles had. And my older brother Darcy spent 4 years at the football club, so to have a bit of a family connection is really nice. And I suppose that Essendon Football Club is a really big family club, and when you look at families like the Maddens and the Watsons and the Fletchers and the Herds, it's really it's a really big part of the club and a really strong part of the club, and to keep the club connected with your family is a really important thing to feel comfortable here.
To have the work ethic he does, he squats heavy, he lifts heavy in the gym, he works in his game very hard, his skill side of his game. So to have that instilled, I've got no doubt it's come from his family. He's come from a great background, obviously the Daniher name, and to have Anthony Joe's parents instill that work ethic into him as a young child. The way that the players had looked after me for the years previous, really made this
transition quite smooth, and when I got here I was ready to go from day one, rather than having to find my feet a little bit longer, like most draftees have to do. But the older players were really good in getting around me and making sure that I was comfortable on a daily basis. To work with guys like Michael Hurley and Paddy Ryder, Tom Bell-Chambers and Stuart Gramiri, I can just develop and learn at my own rate, which has been really helpful for me.
You love to see the kids get opportunities. He's had to earn his spot, which has been a credit to himself.
With Joe Daniher coming in, and looks like he's starting on the ground, that could really expose Carlton defensively, and then on the other side of the coin, the small forwards of Carlton. So both effective, but both very different.
So when I found out that I was going to play my first game, I got a phone call from the coach, and he gave me the good news. And yeah, to be honest, I was a little bit rattled there for a little bit. I probably didn't see it coming at that time of the year. And the night against Carlton, I got to the ground about an hour earlier than I was meant to be there, and I just went for a walk and tried to soak up a little bit of the MCG and the cauldron that it is. And I just sat there and relaxed, and then before the game just spoke to a couple of the guys, and they said, it's pretty simple. What we want you to do is just go out there and have a good crack. And it was a massive learning curve for me. It was it was a really, really hard game, and just to come away with a win, it was an amazing experience.
Myers the fend off, the running support on the left foot of Daniher, and he just strokes it magnificently. So Daniher with his first career goal.
It was a good game against the Suns. We put a lot of pressure on them, and we're lucky enough to get the 4 points. But it was nice just to be a part of another win again, and 2 in a row. I couldn't have asked for a better start to my career.
Daniher in the pocket. Gee, they took the ball from one end to the other and couldn't quite finish it off.
I got called up to play against Hawthorn Football Club, and who are obviously a very dominant side at the moment, and we got found out a little bit there by a really good football club, and it was a big learning curve for a lot of us, and for me personally, it was great to see how guys like Brian Lake and Josh Gibson go about it and work together and that sort of thing. And it wasn't a very successful night for us, but we took a lot of positives out of it and a lot of learning points, and we're better off for playing great teams like that, and hopefully we can turn it around.
For me, Joe's career is not about this year and next year, it's about everything after that. So the first couple of years in the system, we want to make sure he's durable. He's learned how to play the Essendon way. I think it's been an excellent season. I think he looks like a player who's going to dominate the competition for a long time. But to date, we've actually been able to keep him quite healthy and not get him injured, which I think is really important in a player's development, that they can keep training every day, playing week in, week out, or missing a few here and there, but rather than missing big blocks of a year through overuse injuries, which often happens with players of Joey's age and size at this time in their career. We'll treat him as more of a normal player next year rather than shielding him from the AFL spotlight, but so far we've been very happy with where he's at.
So against the Kangaroos this week, it's really nice to get the opportunity, but I'll just go out there and play the way that I like to play footy. Pretty basic stuff really, but I like to just go at the ball, hunt the ball, and try and get on the end of the mid's good work and try and finish off. So I'm really confident if we can look after the contest, we'll have a good shot at getting the 4 points this week.
Stop him that time. Drills it into the 50, and Daniher able to hook it in. That'll gladden the hearts of the Bomber fans. And so far this year, kicked the 3 goals, and he needs the footy to do something with that, and it doesn't work its way back. And here's Big Bell-Chambers into the 50. Daniher against 2.
And that's just clean hands. That's strong hands from Daniher.
Yes, this is the one he needs to capitalise on, Joe. Daniher was a little awkward. Yes, 4 marks inside 50 for Joe Daniher. And unfortunately, 4 behinds as a result.
It's something I've been chipping away at, my goal kicking and that sort of thing, but it was nice to get a few opportunities, but it's something I've got to work on and I've got to get right and can't keep letting down the midfielders and defenders and all their hard work, so I'll work hard to get that right and hopefully can turn it around the next few weeks. It was a disappointing loss, but I mean the effort was there from right across the board from the 22 players, and you can't fault our effort, but we just need to get back to basics, get back to some good method in defence, and I'm sure we'll be right in the coming weeks, just fine-tuning a few things and getting right for the end of the year. We've got a lot of great leaders here, so they sort of take you under their wing and sort you out pretty early and get you back in the feel of it. But I mean, it is another level going up to AFL standard and something that I'm still getting used to. My year, it's been it's gone so quick. It feels like yesterday that was day one of pre-season. Back in early November or wherever it was, and I've had such a great time here, such great learning experiences in my first year, and so hopefully I can be here for a long time and keep developing, keep learning, and really be a part of this great football club for a long time.
G'day, I'm Steve Alessio, Football Operations Manager for the Essendon Football Club. I'm here today driving the conversation with Kia, and we've got Michelle here. Who were you with when you celebrated your first winning premiership moment?
2000 grand final, I was actually at the MCG with my family. So I was with my mum, my dad and my sister, and it was a really good game. I think you had a pretty good one that day, didn't you?
Oh, I enjoyed the 2000 grand final, still enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was a great moment. To say thank you for your continued support of the Essendon Football Club, anyone who's been a member for longer than a year will receive substantial savings on all cars. If you like the look of this Kia Carnival, you'll save $3,400 when you buy one just for supporting the Bombers. Go to kiamembersoffers.com.au to find out more.
Yeah, so Lachie's second year in the list, been a rookie the last sort of 2 years. He's had a lot of upside in his game, his speed and his decision making with the ball, and his kicking's excellent. We needed to work on his contested side of his game, his defensive side of the game. So for him to work on that last year and a half, done a massive effort, and to get to a stage where he's been promoted and plays first senior game. I know everyone in the development team is very rapt for him.
The role I'll be playing will be pretty similar to the role I've been playing in the VFL, just across half back, just hopefully give the boys a bit of run and carry off the half back line. So hopefully I can do that.
He's got genuine speed. He'll play half back and wing. He carries the ball really well. He's a good replacement now that Dempsey's out the side. He'll hit targets, and he'll just make our team look a lot sharper and a lot more speed in the game.
Yeah, the nerves aren't too bad. I'm sure they'll pick up over the next few hours or so, and then even tonight I'll probably struggle to sleep again, but they're not too bad at the moment. I've been playing well in the twos, and hopefully I can keep that form up in the ones as well.
Dynamic play by Dalgleish. You can see his main attributes, his pace. Dalgleish jammed it on the boot.
Just a fingertip on that from Dalgleish, the first gamer, was enough.
Yeah, family came down this morning. Actually, I had lunch with them, and they were all stoked. Like when I first saw Mum, she was actually crying. So it was, I think it was just as exciting for them as it was for me.
As a mum, it's just so exciting, and you just like for all the years that you take them around to football, and you just wish that this is sort of going to happen for them one day, and it finally sort of happened, and it's just amazing. It's fantastic, really emotional.
His skills were fantastic as a kid. He's lucky to have some fantastic coaches as he came through that really looked after him, developed him and gave him the opportunity. So they were here today to see him play. It was fantastic for them to see him play and make that step to the next level.
Yeah, certainly done the hard yards, and now it's sort of paying off for him. So no, I don't think there's a prouder moment that a parent could really have. It's pretty special.
It would have been great to see him cop the Gatorade shower, but no, great start, and hopefully the boys can get up again the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'll go and talk to Wally about the game, look through the vision, see what I need to work on, and well, hopefully I've done enough to keep his spot. But if not, I'll go back to VFL level and work on it, and just keep working on it, and hopefully it comes eventually.
Yeah, I thought Lachie was good. You know, obviously it's a big occasion to play your first game, and I think he adapted pretty well to the intensity of the game. He played on Lee Adams for a fair bit of it, who's a really good small forward who works up and down the ground. He's definitely noticed the intensity of the game, but I think as the game went on, he actually got better at adjusting to that, and I think his ball use was very, very good as well. He's a real worker, and he works really hard at his game, Lachie. I think he's just got to keep working on his positioning, and I think being exposed to really good small forwards in the competition, he'll learn you know, when to go with his man, when not to go with his man, how to cut angles, these types of things, and he's been able to do that at VFL level, and then it's just allowing him to have the confidence to play exactly the same way at AFL level.
This sort of kick, I know it's a shank.
Well, that's the last place on earth you want to shank it to.
Oh, look, it was obviously a disappointing result. You know, we were well and truly in the game, you know, halfway through the second quarter. There's no doubt that we had control of the ball at times, and we gave it back to North Melbourne too easily, and they actually scored off the back of it. They're very good at, when the ball does turn over, they're very good at getting back into the forward line and also beating you back to goal. And we just thought we probably didn't use the ball as well as what we would have liked.
They like nothing better than beating the Blues. This is going to be very sweet. Watson dribbling forward, Hempel chasing, Cranberry wait for it.
You look back at the game, but I guess teams do evolve as the season goes on, and they've had you know, some personnel changes and that type of thing. But fundamentally, teams pretty much try and play the same way. What they've been doing is they've been very, very strong around the contest. Their contested ball stuff's been as good as anyone in the competition, so we know we have to be really strong in that area.
So does he kick 3 goals for the first time in his career and put them in front? He does.
Oh, fundamentally, we want to play the way we want to play, and we're not really doing that for 4 quarters. So if you look at our performances the last 4 weeks, which have been disappointing, we've competed for a quarter, you know, a quarter and a half, maybe a half against West Coast, and that's just not good enough to compete and to get to where we want to. So it's more about sticking to basics, sticking to what we know, and having trust that as we do it for 4 quarters, the result will take care of itself. So that's what we've really been focusing on.
G'day guys, welcome back for another edition of Dyson's Diary. Obviously a bit of a disappointing result against North Melbourne on the weekend, and pretty shattered to hurt my foot, but not to worry. The boys are really looking forward to bounce back this week against the Blues. Obviously a massive game, and everyone's been really up and about this week, and the boys trained really well today, and can't wait to rip in to the weekend. I'll probably be out for the next couple, but hopefully give it a chance to settle down for the finals, and yeah, depending on how quickly it can settle, we'll see if I might be able to get up for the first final. But looking forward to the match against the Blues this weekend, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Good on you guys.
Coming into the club, being relatively new, been around only for a couple of years, you get to feel, you know, really comfortable with everyone around. James Hird being the head coach, his value from day one that I've been at the club is family first, footy second. Being together, helping each other out, you definitely do get the feeling of family around this club, that's for sure.
When you get drafted as a young kid, you come in and I guess you spend more time here than you would with your own family. The True Value Solar and the Essendon Football Club partnership works really well because of the value systems that they both have. The Essendon Football Club's like a family, and you care very much about the people involved in the club, and while we're on the sporting field and they're in the business world, I think that the blend translates.
So this bit of equipment's the Ultra G. At Essendon we don't have many bits of equipment designed at NASA, but this is one of those. And they use differential air pressure on this treadmill to make it actually take weight off the legs, so we can control the body weight of our players while they're running, and potentially run at a lower body weight than what Errol is.
Last year I had a couple of stress fractures in my left foot, so this was really beneficial to start running again. It's a good transition from going from the bike back into full body weight running, so it's just sort of that middle step that's really useful, yeah.
So the first thing to do with the Ultra G is to put on the pants so we can zip Errol in. Make this at an appropriate level for Errol's hips, get him at a 6. Zip around, so reasonably airtight seal. At the moment the unit is weighing Ariel, so what we'll find is that it'll work out his weight so that when Ariel runs, the unit will adjust the air pressure and according to what percentage of his weight we want him to be running at. So now we've calibrated the treadmill, it's weighed Ariel. We're going to start our workout. We're going to choose a body weight for Ariel to start at. So after an injury, for example, we'll start at a low body weight and then build up. So we're going to come right down. 60%, 50% of Ariel's body weight, which is about 45 kilos. And we'll put the speed up just to a walk. We're going to bring the body weight up to 80% today, so we'll progress that now. Then once Ariel's comfortable, we get him to increase the speed. Is that a good speed for you?
That is a great speed, yeah. It's pretty tough to describe, but yeah, it just feels like I'm a bit lighter. But yeah, there's just a lot less weight going through my feet and through my legs, so yeah, it's quite pleasant, really.
What's it like, Ariel, if we take your body weight right down?
Yeah, it feels pretty amazing and it's sort of, yeah, it's quite a nice feeling. Yeah.
It is a nice feeling.
I just love having this piece of equipment in and around the football club. It's really, really exciting, and to know that, you know, when you're going through rehab, you can get back into running, you know, if it's a week, 2 weeks earlier, it makes a lot more difference, because doing things like a bike and a swim, you know, you're still losing fitness no matter how hard a session you do. So it's just good to be able to get that sort of exercise that's really specific to football. So it's good.
A kick by Burton to Carey. He's had no impact so far. Fletcher's been able to be well on top there.
I remember the Carey game in the 2000 final series, because, you know, a lot of the times we tried to double team Carey, because obviously he's such a good player, and yeah, Carey definitely was one of the toughest. You know, even when I first started through the 90s, North, you know, they were unstoppable, obviously with Glenn Archer and, you know, Wayne Schwash and a few of those, but no doubt Carey was the top three with Ablett and Dunstall and these type of guys for sure.
Now with the left, he goes to the second one-on-one, and Fletcher, who has completely outpointed Carey.
I remember that game because obviously Sean Wellman and Dean Wallace were big parts of the team, and they certainly helped me out, because obviously Carey was an absolute gun and he won games off his own boot. So again, you know, the 2000 final series, you know, holds a special place.
Can he get any better? I mean, he's got a notch on his belt in the form of Wayne Carey.
Something that most people wouldn't know about me is that I'm the youngest of 5 children.
Handball over the top, early goal, well done.
Yes, I do have a few superstitions. They are, before every game I have the same path the night before from the same place, and just before the game and just before I put my jumper on, I kiss my number twice. There was a few annoying teammates, but Brendan Goddard probably takes the cake. He's anal and he's very annoying. Don't forget to visit the Essendon website to take part in the fan segment for your chance to win an Antler prize pack.
This has been a Fox Footy production for Fox Sports.